Hey guys, Fantasy Super Rugby Pacific Round 4 has wrapped up. The points are locked in. In these recap videos, I go over the match results and the player performances just to see if there's anything that we've learned this week that we can take forward to help us in future rounds. After that, I have a look at our league leaderboard to see how your teams have gone, see what your picks were, see if there was anything interesting, surprising, or any trends. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into it. Now, I had a pretty good week this week, guys. 796 points for the round. That's without a booster as well, although I wish I did use one. I got a feeling that a lot of people did well this week as well. Lots of high scoring matches went down this week, and like I keep saying, guys, every single week, the key to fantasy is having a grip on the matchups and knowing where the points are going to be scored. And in the best picks video for this week, I said I really like these first three matchups. These latter two, not so much. And yeah, things kind of went expected, right? Chiefs and Hurricanes putting on almost 60 points each in their respective matchups, and I was invested pretty heavily in Chiefs and Canes this week, and that was the secret to the success. I suspect a lot of people were. Highlanders as well, they did pretty well for me. Had a few of them in the mix, both of them performed as well. Pretty close battle there though. Highlanders had to work for it. The Force, I mean, they are one of the weaker teams in the competition, but yeah, they're not necessarily that easy to steamroll, even when playing away from home. So yeah, that is something to keep in mind. But Moana Pacifica, I do feel like they are going to be the easy beats for this year, unfortunately, maybe competing with the Drua. But I mean, I kind of had a feeling of this already, but yeah, I think going forward, we're really going to be looking closely to see who Moana are playing, and drawing players from their opponents, I think, is always going to be a strong play. With the Waratahs versus the Hurricanes here, I mean, I did expect the Hurricanes to kind of win this one. I did expect them to be able to score a decent amount of points, but didn't necessarily expect them just to sort of blow them away like this one did. But yeah, that definitely happened. The Hurricanes, they are super dangerous, and we're definitely going to be picking a lot more of their players going forward into the future. Highlanders with the Force, yeah, Highlanders still kind of sketchy about picking a lot of them that often. This was always going to be one of the easier matches for the year, Western Force at home. But yeah, they did really have to work for it. But a lot of points were scored on both sides, so that still kind of works for us from a fantasy perspective. Blues versus Crusaders. Yeah, I did suspect that this could be an arm wrestle, but I wasn't really sure. Like, it's kind of hard to get a read on both of these teams at the moment. I mean, the Crusaders, they've obviously had a scratchy start to the year, had that big loss to the Brumbies, had a close loss to the Highlanders. Then that game against the Chiefs, it kind of looked like they were back, right? The way they came out in that second half and really ran away with that game. But then this week, coming up against the Blues at Eden Park, like, this was such a weird game. Yeah, the Crusaders, they just looked really terrible in that first half. The lineout was a complete mess, and yeah, like they did not look good at all. So yeah, no consistency at the Crusaders yet, so it's kind of hard to tell, you know, how long it'll be before they sort that out, and what they will really be like when they do sort that out. So yeah, kind of makes it hard to invest in them going forward, or at least, you know, it makes you kind of hesitant to invest in them heavily. And with the Blues, I mean, this is a team I've been quite critical of in the last year in particular. I didn't like picking a lot of their players last year, especially in the backs, just because of the way they play. This year, I've been mentioning this a few times over the last few weeks, that it looks like they do want to play a bit more with their backs this year, and that makes them a better prospect for fantasy. But and yeah, we saw in the first half they really were able to kind of shred the Crusaders a bit, but then in the second half they sort of went back to the kicking game and, sat on their lead. So yeah, and again, like, they just gave away a huge amount of penalties. We saw last week against the Brumbies, I think the penalty count was 16-8, but it was still a very close game. And this week it was something like 14-4, just something really ridiculous like that. And it kind of just shows like how out of sorts the Crusaders were to have a lopsided penalty count like that, but still lose the game. So yeah, two teams that are kind of very hard to predict at the moment. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are about these guys, if you have any. And then with the Brumbies with the Reds, another game I thought might be an arm wrestle. In my best picks video, I did warn that there was a thunderstorm forecast for this game, and that forecast held true even days out from when I said that. So yeah, this game got delayed for an hour. There was rain, there was thunder. When they came out, it was still wet, but man, both teams played a lot. There was still quite a bit of running in this game, and as you can see from the score, pretty high scoring there. And had a lot of back and forth as well. Brumbies got a hot start. Reds came back into it. Yeah, stole it right at the death. So yeah, both of these teams, they still look good, right? They both are playing quite positively as well. So yeah, when both of these teams come up on easier matchups, I think they're going to be quite appealing for making player picks from. Now, if we look at the player results, we got quite a mix looking at the top players. A lot of different teams in here: Chiefs, Canes, Highlanders, couple of Moana even, a Brumby and a Red in here, in different positions as well. It's not all back three guys. You got midfield, lots of loose forwards, couple of fly halves. So very, very widespread of high scoring players coming in this week. And going position by position, outside backs, coming out on top was Leroy Carter with 91. He was my number one pick for the week as well. Made him my captain because of that. And yeah, he delivered, man. He delivered on expectations. And yeah, this guy, he definitely would have been a good candidate for a booster as well, whether it was a triple captain or a co-captain. I'm sure a lot of people did that this week. Kind of wish I did as well, to be honest. Coming in second, we had Tangatau, another player who I also had. And yeah, I mean, I rate this guy a lot. Don't always want to pick him necessarily, but do like the idea of picking him when Highlanders have those easier games at home. Jonah Lowe, real surprise for me, to be honest. 66 points. He always plays in the midfield. Really don't like the idea of picking him, and still don't think I will, to be honest. I mean, you can see, yeah, he gets those kind of classic midfield scores, but had a good week this week. The outside backs that I said would do well week were pretty much all the Canes backs, all the Chiefs backs, all the Highlanders outside backs, and yeah, you can see they all feature in here at some point or another. Glenn Vaihu, he was a bit of a surprise, to be honest, for Moana. I mean, how dangerous did he look quite often against the run of play? It's put him on my radar, but I still can't imagine a scenario where I actually pick this guy, right? Like, you can see he's played, full games against the Hurricanes, didn't really get that much going. Here against the Chiefs, I think because the Chiefs are kind of running all over them, they kind of slacked off on the defensive side of things, and that really let some Moana players sort of run wild a bit. Can't really count on that happening all the time though, so yeah, would kind of make Vaihu a bit of a risky pick, to be honest. And because Moana, they've kind of played some of the easier matchups already, like they've already played the draw. Yeah, I still find it hard to imagine a scenario where I pick him in future unless I'm really, really strapped for cash. Other than that though, Jorgensen, I mean, he's a big name. A lot of people had him selected, 45%, and yeah, definitely can't go wrong picking Jorgensen even in a tough match. Although he did get a bit lucky with this one. He wasn't getting a lot of opportunities, right? It was pretty much all Canes beyond the first 20 minutes, and that's kind of why I stayed away from picking him. But no, he came away with this intercept try in the middle of the game, and that these intercept tries, man, like, you don't just get the 15 points for the try, right? You get the 5 for the interception, then you get another 7 for the line break as well. So it's like, it's almost like a 30-point try when you get one of those, and that's basically doubled his score, right? So yeah, pretty good showing for Jorgensen overall. We got Dalgunu and Campbell showing up as well. Yeah, I mean, I kind of rate both of these guys, but just wasn't sure how it was going to go with that Brumbies matchup. Cody Vai, he's a new guy on the scene, and yeah, pretty exciting performance from him. Scored that kind of spectacular finish from the crossfield Bowden kick, and I think he is on my radar, to be honest, with the Blues using their backs a bit more. I think when they come into those, you know, those easier matchups for them, yeah, I think this guy, he could be the one to get. Obviously, Caleb Clark's not an option, so he might be the only option you get, but he's kind of cheap as well. So yeah, he's a guy to keep in the pocket for those rounds where the Blues have a soft matchup, and yeah, maybe picking him up. I think he could go well, and that could, you know, leave your money to spend in other areas, because there's a lot of players who are getting very expensive now. Probably the one player that I thought would do well but kind of didn't is Finiang Anofo. 48 points, and look, that's not a terrible score, but definitely wanted more out of him, and I think he's actually the lowest scoring back out of all the Hurricanes backs from that game. Well, except for maybe Morby and obviously Harkin, but yeah, it felt like this was still a good pick, but just a little bit unlucky, right? Like 48's pretty good for not scoring a try. I think he was just a little bit unlucky to not be on the end of a try. So I mean, these stats are good, you know, line break assists, an offload, few defenders beaten, a try assist. So yeah, just a little bit unlucky on that pick, I think. And moving on to the midfield, I had Quinn Tupaia and Balin Sullivan. I mean, feel like, yeah, everyone had Quinn, right? Pretty easy pick. He's been so solid this year, and this was an easy matchup for the Chiefs, and he delivered 66 points. I also went for Balin, 69 points, second highest scoring midfielder for the round. And look at this, you have four Hurricanes midfielders in the top 5 of this midfield position, and this is pretty much what I picked for in the best picks video as well. I said Quinn Tupaia plus any of the Hurricanes midfielders, and that is exactly what you wanted to do this week. But I'm a little bit disappointed here because, yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a toss-up between Sullivan and Proctor, and in the end, Proctor, I mean, he went on to be the highest scoring player of the whole round at any position with 99 points, 3 tries. Absolutely crazy game for him. But I mean, the thing is, Balin, you know, he only cost 5.8 million, right? That's a fraction of Proctor, who is up at 11.6 and is gonna go even higher. He's gonna go up to 12 mil. He's gonna cost more than DMAC, which is crazy. But I mean, that's how good the guy is, right? Like, he was this good last year in fantasy as well. He was like a must pick, but now he's getting so expensive. So I think going forward, like, yeah, that does kind of bring other guys into play, like Balin, like Barrett. I mean, if it's going to be like this every week where Proctor, he gets 30 points more than the next guy, then yeah, he's going to be worth paying those extra few millions for. But I mean, that's probably not going to happen all the time, right? He did get his last try basically on the buzzer, so I mean, if he didn't get that, I mean, this would have been a lot closer between Balin and Proctor. But yeah, you got to keep Balin in mind as well, man, because like I said in the best fix video, it was quite common last year that he would end up playing on the wing and do quite well there. And this game was a very good example of that. And look how cheap he is, man. Like, yeah, this could help you pick up those really expensive guys in other positions. So make sure you keep him in mind. But I mean, look, Jordie Barrett, 56 points, looking like a chump down here in like 5th position, which is crazy, but that's still a very good score for him. And Johnny Rover, man, I talked about this guy in the best picks video because I wasn't sure who he was going to get subbed for. He is mainly a 12, but he's played so much 13 as well that I wasn't sure if he was going to sub in for Barrett or Proctor, and I was worried that it might actually be Proctor because Rova, he's sort of, he's not really a triple threat guy like Barrett. He's more of a running threat, and I think we saw that in the game. But yeah, I mean, it didn't really matter. Like, he was tearing up the Waratahs as well. They sort of didn't need that kicking game or whatever that Barrett brings. So, but yeah, Johnny Rob is good, man. Like, I kind of wish that he got more starts. I wish that he wasn't at the Canes so that he how do you break into the Canes midfield? It's just, it's the worst place to be a midfielder if you're not Barrett or Proctor. But look at this guy's points for coming off the bench. I can't remember exactly when he came on. It was probably at like 60 minutes or something, but yeah, like a try, 2 line breaks, and assists, like 3 defenders beaten. That's crazy stats. But yeah, he's probably just never ever going to get a start. But at least we know now when he's on the bench that he probably does just come in and replace Barrett. So you can feel a bit better, or a bit more confident when making your Proctor pick when he's on the bench. Otherwise, look, there was lots of other decent scores in the midfield as well. Tavatava Nawai finally cracked 40. This is kind of more what he was like last year. He's sort of in that 40-45 zone pretty consistently. Yeah, look at this, 18 points for defenders beaten. Half of those probably came from that one big barnstorming run. But he did still get subbed for Talea, I think, so pretty good for him considering that. And yeah, Havili and Whanganuku both in 35. Still kind of waiting for Whanganuku to really fire, right? 35, not a terrible score, but even though it's far off the pace for this round. But yeah, Crusaders out of sorts, right? And that's definitely not helping him. And for the fly halves, obviously the big name this week was D-Mac. He is back, the $12 million man. Got his 60 points. His price won't go up or down because of that. By the way, guys, if you haven't worked it out, I mean, the formula for price movement is roughly multiply their price by 5, and that's about the score they need to get to maintain their price. If they get a score higher, they'll go up. If they get a score lower, they'll go down, up to that cap of 0.5 million. And yeah, I was a little bit worried with D-Mac. I thought first game back, he, might just get subbed for J-Cam. I was also wondering if J-Cam came on, would D-Mac move to fullback as well, which is what happened a lot last year. That happened this game as well, so that's good to know. It's good to know that not a lot is changing, and they still like D-Mac at fullback, because yeah, that will really help his point scoring. And pretty solid game for a first game back, and I think he will take up the mantle just like he had last year of being a guy that is just super solid in this fly half position, and probably going to be your best pick most of the time. He is very expensive though, 12 million. Honestly, I don't expect this price to shift that much, although I haven't looked ahead to see who the Chiefs are playing in the coming weeks. But yeah, he's probably gonna stay around this 12 million and not drop a lot below that. Even if they have a few tough rounds in a row, he's probably gonna get to like 11 mil at the cheapest. So yeah, start factoring this guy in. But look, the stars of the round were Carter Gordon and Revez Rehana. Yeah, kind of impressed by Carter Gordon in this game. Have not been so far, but yeah, he was really running the ball a lot and looked very good. That does kind of put him on my radar, I think, going forward for when the Reds have those easier matchups. Revez Rehana, I mean, he's always been a guy on the radar, to be honest. He was very good last year when he started getting those starts, and yeah, pretty good this week as well. Had a score sort of padded by a try a bit, but look at this, 3 line breaks. Yeah, very good from Rehana, and he's sort of back on the radar, I think, going forward. But yeah, 8 mil not cheap either. So, you know, we do want to have other options in our pocket. Bowden was back this week, moved from the bench to starting, 46 points, no try, pretty solid for a first head out. Looked good with his goal kicking as well, which is always nice. And yeah, kind of same price as Rayhana, so yeah, all the good 10s, they are pretty expensive, and to be honest, for the return they give you for points, they're probably not really worth it, to be honest. So yeah, it will be nice going forward to have a cheap option for the fly half position. Ben Donaldson, I mean, 32 points, not great, but not terrible either. I mean, Ben Donaldson, he's always pretty solid, but yeah, even he's kind of expensive for what you get. I thought Cam Miller might have a chance to go well this week. Didn't happen though. 29 points, and a game where a lot of points are being scored under the covers. So yeah, that kind of puts Cam Miller to bed for me. I think I don't think I'll be entertaining the idea of picking him going forward. And the last one is Taha Kemera. Got started at 15 and then actually got yanked because of some defensive snafus. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. Didn't expect that, to be honest, but apparently he hasn't played fullback before, so there you go. Now halfbacks, and this week I was really liking Roigard, Ratama, Hotham, and maybe Fakatava. Ratama, the only one out of those really firing, got 47 points, 3 try assists, second highest on the list. So yeah, he was definitely a good pick. But Roigard again, another low score, 3 weeks in a row. Pretty disappointing. No excuses for this one. Weather was good, had to start, didn't just come off the bench. So, and a big scoring game as well, but yeah, he didn't get a piece of it. So man, like, I keep picking Roigard, I keep backing him, he keeps letting me down. His price has collapsed from 9 million, and it's gonna take another hit again. So yeah, man, like what's happening with that? I think I might have to give up on him, at least until he starts to show that sort of form again. But we do have some other options at least. Hotham, I mean, he's been pretty good for us so far, but had his weakest outing this week. Got a try assist, but didn't really seem to do much for him, to be honest. Only 23 points. Worsham was the highest, 54 points. What a performance from him. No try either. And yeah, man, that was a crazy game in the wet. Lots of points scored by the Reds in terms of fantasy. This guy was not on my radar at all, and I don't know if he is now, to be honest, but we'll see, man. I mean, these scores so far aren't terrible, right, for a halfback. So yeah, I think if the Reds do come into a soft matchup, he might be a guy to seriously consider. Otherwise, though, nothing interesting at all happening with the halfbacks. Lonergan, Gordon, pretty average scores. Fakatava, I was wondering if he might do something this week with the easier matchup against the Force, but didn't happen. So yeah, I'm switching off Fakatava just like I did with Cam Miller. Now with the loose forwards, some really interesting stuff happening here. I mean, Tupou Taialoa on top with 88 points, and this was really unexpected. Like, he went crazy this game. He just got a lot of ball in open space, and yeah, just sort of went wild, running free, running over people. Got 2 tries. Quinn Tupai tried to take him up high, came off second best. So I mean, we've always known Tupou Taialoa is good, right? Just because of his work rate. But yeah, I don't know what to take out of this one. Like, it's kind of hard to predict when he's gonna bust out a performance like that. It seemed like it was kind of a bit fortunate, you know, the ball coming to him on a couple of occasions in the open where he's able to go on big runs, which you probably can't take for granted that often. But I mean, he remains a guy that is probably worth his price, you know, in terms of what he will give you on average. So he's a good guy to have in the pocket for his price range. Although, I mean, his price is going to go up a lot after this week, which makes me think he won't be worth it. But still, always a guy you want to be keeping an eye on. And Charlie Cale, man, he did it again. 2 more tries. Like, this is unbelievable, to be honest. And I mean, I was a huge fan of Cale. I was talking him up even before the season started for fantasy. But I mean, he's just scoring tries every single game. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. Blues, Crusaders, Reds in the wet. Like, what the hell, man? This guy, he cannot be stopped. Absolute try scoring machine. He is a must pick. He's getting up high now. He's 9.6 mil. He'll probably go up another 0.5 to 10 mil, but I mean, he's worth it though, right? Like, he's scoring points like these outside backs, but way more consistently for the same price pretty much. So Cale remains a must pick, at least until the point where he sort of prices himself out of everyone's budget. But I mean, that probably doesn't happen unless he manages to get to like 13 million or something ridiculous like that. And then in third spot, Viveni Lasanga. This was one of my picks, as you can see here, Cale McWright Lasanga. And someone asked me in the comments in the best pick video why I would go for Lasanga over someone like TK Howden, and I said the reason I like this guy, I mean, I like his general play, but he's quite fast. He's very mobile, which means he can, you know, he can participate in open play when the ball is being moved. He can run supporting lines on a line break, and that can put you in position to get tries. And that's exactly what happened in this game. That's how he got his try. But you can see the other stats as well. 5 defenders beaten. But then you get this 7 stuff as well, like lots of tackles, 3 turnovers, got a line break as well. Like, and if you watch that game, you'll see he's really busy, right? He's really eager, looking for work. And yeah, he got rewarded 69 points. Very good performance for a back rower. And he didn't get subbed either. I thought he might get subbed for Withy. Withy ended up getting subbed for Nicola Broughton, which I guess makes sense because that was Broughton's first sort of game back, I think. So yeah, and Withy, he has played 8 in the past as well for the Highlanders. So yeah, that worked out really well for me. And I hope Lasanga gets more starts, man. If he does keep getting more starts, I think I'll keep picking him, to be honest. And he's only 5 mil at the moment. I mean, he'll go up to 5.5 after this game. But yeah, he's still relatively cheap for a player that's, you know, very, very busy and can do work on both sides of the ball. And yeah, McWright, he was my last pick as well. Had a relatively quiet game from his own standards, but yeah, still came through in the end. A lot of tackles, some turnovers, a couple of line breaks, 44 points. And like I keep saying, this guy's just solid no matter the matchup, no matter the game, dry or wet, like both sides of the ball. Yeah, he can do so many things that he's always going to generate some points for you, and he did this week. He proved it this week. Luke Roma in the mix, pretty good for him considering that he comes off the bench. A really high quality player, to be honest. It's such a shame that he has to trade so much game time with Rory Scott, because yeah, just one of those classic 7s, right? He's really threatening over the ball, but is just busy otherwise. So very good effort from him off the bench. I mean, if he was a guy who was starting and wasn't going to get subbed, like Rory Scott wasn't on the bench, he's a guy I'll consider, but most of the time he is, so makes it kind of hard to consider him the rest of the time. Peter Lakai finally got a decent score, 43, did get a try though. Yeah, Lakai kind of hasn't really done much considering the easy start that the Hurricanes have had. Maybe he'll go better in tougher matchups, you know, like when they face the Reds or something. But yeah, Lakai's a player I like a lot, but doesn't really translate to a big scorer in fantasy, and yeah, his price is going to go up again as well, so probably not worth his price either. And not much more to talk about here. Tizano, he got 40, got his try. Can't be mad about 40 points, but for a guy this expensive, yeah, a bit disappointing. And I think he's kind of going to continue to trend down a bit, right? Like, those more tries are kind of hard to come by. And he is a quality player, but he is kind of seeming more like a sort of 30 to 40 player these days. But we'll see. But I definitely want to see his price come down a bit. Devin Flanders had a good game. Surprised he's only 33 points. Harry Wilson would have had a full 80 this week, I believe. I might be wrong, actually. He might have got subbed this game as well. But still kind of working his way back into things, right? Made a lot of tackles this game and that try assist, but not much else. He was huge last year, so we're keeping an eye on him. But yeah, I do want to see signs of last year's form before I pick him up again. Now into the locks. Top score, Jeremy Williams on 59. Did get a try with that, but still a huge performance otherwise. But look at this, man. Plus 20 points for line-out steals. That Highlanders line-out was so abysmal. I do not understand what was going on there, to be honest. But they just packed it off like crazy, man. And that's what led to Jeremy Williams getting this massive score, as well as his tries. So kind of a bit of a flukish innings, this one. I think I wouldn't necessarily rate him massively after this, because it's not that often you're going to run into a line out that you can just pick off like that the whole game and score a try as well. But Jeremy Williams, he was super solid last year as a lock. Hasn't really shown that form this year, but not much to write home about there. I think he's not really back on my radar yet. Walker Leaweri, though, he is a guy on my radar. I think he got his first start. I think he came off the bench against the Draw. This was his first start, and he's always been good, man. Looked good in this game as well. That's a lot of tackles, 20 tackles. A couple of steals really pushed him up through the roof a bit. So he's definitely a guy to keep in mind. Not expensive either, only 3.8. Lachlan Shaw, I mean, he's been pretty solid. Got to try this game. He remains solid. Same with Craig as well. And Josh Berry. But interesting thing happened with these Blues locks. Said that Sam Derry and Berry would probably play the full 80 because the Blues did have Shay Clark and Segner on the bench, 2 back rowers, and that did happen. Didn't really translate into extra points. I went for Derry because he was cheaper, but Berry does consistently seem to score better in fantasy. My other lock was Durns down here at 19 points, and I said the same thing about the Hurricanes locks, that they had 2 back rowers on the bench. They had Brad Shields and Braden Iose, and I kind of thought that those subs would come on in the back rows and that both the locks would stay on for the full 80, but that did not happen. And Durns did get subbed, I think, for Brad Shields. So that's kind of interesting, right? It's always a puzzle with the Hurricanes substitutions, like who's going to get subbed for who. And I got it wrong with this one, unfortunately. And Durns, I mean, he hasn't really put on an exceptional score since round 1 either, so it might be time to get off the Durns train. I mean, he's not really worth it for that 4.8 million, but otherwise not a lot interesting happening in this locking slot. And with the hookers, Cody Taylor took out the top spot this week. Kind of interesting for me considering how many lineouts they lost, but only getting attributed 1 lineout area, which is kind of interesting. Made up for with all these successful lineouts because the Blues are giving up so many penalties. I mean, that could be something to keep in mind going forward. Pick whatever hooker's playing against the Blues, because you're probably going to get a lot of lineouts from those penalties they give away. Did get a try as well, which kind of pushed them up to the top, but no hookers really getting a good score this week. Almoa was interesting just because he hasn't really put on a good score until now, but he did get a try. Yeah, Josh Nasher, 32 points. Nothing interesting here. Taukiaho finally puts in an ordinary score instead of a good one for 1 week, which is kind of interesting, but I feel like guys like Taukiaho in those games where Chiefs are just running through a defense, guys like Taukiaho don't get as much play. Yeah, Taukiaho and Taylor were my 1 and 2 pick. Taylor the third. I had Taylor because he's cheaper, but yeah, kind of disappointed with this one. Only 23 points, but yeah, it comes back to that insane line out misfiring. Like, look at this, -10 line out errors. That means five line out errors. But the thing is, you miss out on these points for line out 1 as well. So every line out error, it's actually more like a -3, because there's the -2 that you get for the error, but you're also missing out on that +1 that you would have got as well. So yeah, I mean, look, that's like 15 points difference here. That would have put him up into the high 30s, which would have been much more respectable. And yeah, look, he's a good player, right? Like, he's still got these turnovers as well. And yeah, like, there's always a chance he gets a maul try or something. So disappointing performance, but I mean, hopefully they sort out that line out, right? Whatever happened this week, they've got to go take this week and work on that as the top priority. They cannot let that happen again. So hopefully that's just a one-off, and hopefully he's back to good performances as usual from next week. And his price probably won't actually change that much because of this. It probably won't go down. If it does, it'll be like 0.1. So yeah, he will remain, I think, a good value pick. And with the props, nothing at all interesting happened here. Higher score, 25. It was Marcel Renata, and yeah, I mean, I have kind of talked up Renata, right? Like, he's super solid. Look at these scores, mid-20s, 32. Came off the bench in that first game, so it doesn't really count. This guy's just super solid. No one ever talks about him. He's super solid. The blue scrum is like way better when he's on than when he's off. When he's off, it can actually be quite weak. He doesn't get penalized, right? Like, the scrum penalties usually go on offer on the other side. And I mean, this guy, he can get a try. Like, when the Blues roll their sleeves up on the opposition team's line, like, he's quite often one to come away with a try. So always a solid pick. But yeah, getting kind of expensive for a prop, up at 5.1. And yeah, the props I had, O'Neill and Ta'avao, neither of them really getting a lot, but I mean, I went for, you know, maximum cash saving here. So that's what I was expecting, and that's what I got. Now guys, let's have a look at the leaderboard for our league for the round. Top scorer, we had Fatu, 911 points. There's got to have been a booster used here, and yeah, it looks like triple captain on Carter. Excellent choice, excellent play. Went for the Proctor instead of Balin pick as well in the midfield. Had the same outside backs as me. Went for the Karifi pick, also had the Lasanga pick. I love it, but yeah, Karifi, he was always going to get subbed this game. I did want about that in the best picks video. Went for the Berry pick, solid. Dunshay, not so much, but could have been trying to save cash here. Had the Ta'avao pick. Taukiaho, can't go wrong. Van Neck, solid pick. So yeah, solid picking all round, taking out the top spot on the back of the Carter pick and making sure that he had Proctor. But yeah, I think definitely made a mistake here with the Karifi pick, but this could have been based on value. I'm not sure how much Karifi cost or what the budget situation was here, but yeah, well done to Fatu. Quite a big lead on the next spot as well. 869, we have LeBron Jason. And okay, we got Finiang Anofo, Jorgensen, and Carter in the back. The classic Proctor to Paya combo. Went for Hotham, can't complain about that. The DMAC triple captain, okay, playing it safe. 60 points. I mean, you'd hope you'd get more on your triple captain, but you can't be too mad about that one either, because it can definitely go a lot worse. And then McWright Kale, the classic combo, went for Lasanga as well. A lot of people going for Lasanga. I like it. Then the Brumbies brothers and the Locks, these guys have both been solid. Kumaroa, Renata, Jack Taylor, like all of those picks, well done. Flat Track Bullies, 860 points. Let's see what we got here. Had the Carter Nadawa combo. I did rate Nadawa as an option this week. Just really unfortunate that he got injured, man. He never looked like he was gonna do as well as Carter, and it looks like this guy understood this as well because he's used the double captain on him with Mackenzie. But yeah, just unfortunate that Nadawa got injured there. Went for the Sullivan Tavatavanawa combo. Okay, saves you a bit of cash at least. 44 for Tavatavanawa, did well this week. Kale McWright, Lasanga. Man, there's a pattern here. People really believing in Lasanga. I sort of wonder, is it because I made the recommendation, or do other people just really like Lasanga as well? It could well be the latter. Then the Dairy Dunes combo, like me, didn't really do a lot this week. And then yeah, pretty typical front row there. Tosso drew a Tosso, and okay, another Carter Nadawa Tangitau Proctor Tupaia combo. Roygar DMAC, okay, very solid backline there. Lasanga Kale Papali'i, okay, Papali'i had a pretty good game, I thought. Didn't translate to a lot of points though. Not a lot happening in the locks here. Oh wow, Tossi and Ta'aval. Yeah, I mean, look, props and locks, you're never going to expect a lot. And yeah, went with the Jack Taylor. That does save you a bit of cash, but yeah, bit of a bad week for him, unfortunately. Blake L. Okay, someone else bringing in Jorgo, but yeah, everyone understood Carter was the guy this week so far, right? Everyone sort of made him their captain, their triple captain, their duo captain, like in this case. And yeah, we're sort of seeing the pattern here. Went for the Sullivan instead of the Proctor. Still pretty good option in the end, especially if you're able to use the cash elsewhere. Had the gamble pick. Okay, so a lot of people at the top of this leaderboard, not necessarily springing for the McWright pick, which is kind of interesting, right? I definitely like the gamble pick, even though it didn't work out this week, unfortunately. Had Walker Leawary, which worked out, and O'Neill, Tossi, and Taylor. Now, I think so far, everyone in the top 5 used a booster. We got co-captain, 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 triple captain, triple captain. Okay. Ben Force. Double captain. Emerald City Root Artist. Okay, right on my Tavuki Neatkin's pick. And yeah, another double captain. Okay. Another Lasanga pick. George Bauer. Okay. 8-0 splitter. Went for Nicola Broughton. Interesting. Jordy Barrett. Okay, so many so many choices in the Hurricanes midfield. Again, another double captain. Another double captain. Had a Leo Willie pick here. Didn't work out this week, unfortunately, but he did look very good against the Chiefs, so can't hate it. And had a Pritchard pick this week, actually. We didn't really talk about Pritchard, but yeah, finally had a score that was kind of mediocre for once, but I mean, it was pretty tough conditions. And I can tab. Okay, I think we've finally escaped from the double and triple captain zone, so yeah, well done Cantab being sort of the top player without using a booster. But yeah, you can really see the patterns here, guys, right? Like, we're really seeing a lot of the same guys in the backs. Bit more variation in the back row, and then quite a lot of variation in the props and locks, where it's all kind of much of a muchness, but yeah, I think I'll give iCantab a special prize this week, 823. That's the top score without using a booster. If he did use the booster, then yeah, he would have gone top of the table, depending on who he used it on. But if he used it on DMAC, he wouldn't. Co-captains on DMAC, he wouldn't have. But if he used triple captain on Leroy, he would have. So yeah, well done to you, iCantab. And let's have a look at someone maybe further down on the list. Maybe Laker Luke. Man, look, so many people scoring above 700. Let's look at someone down here. Phil NZ. Someone further down. Jorgensen, Carter, Tangitau, Tupaya, Tabataba Nawai. Finley Christie, Captain DMAC. And this isn't a bad team at all, really. Yeah, just I guess fell behind with the DMAC captain. You miss out on 60 points by not captaining Carter. Definitely a safer captain though. And otherwise, no real mistakes here, to be honest. So, but yeah, I mean, 711 points, still a pretty good score. Let's check someone further down. Tens, 580. Geordie Barrett captain. Okay, interesting. Well, yeah, Geordie Barrett got a good score, but yeah, he just didn't get a top score. There were so many good scores this week. And okay, Corey Toole pick. Corey Toole didn't play. Was Corey Toole a late scratching this week? I'm not sure, but yeah, unlucky if so. And that's probably the the one thing that's kind of done this player in here. So bad luck on that one. Also having no Chiefs in your back line and your outside backs as well, while still having like Tupaya and Ratima. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, bad luck on the Corey Toole one there. Not much you can do about that if he was removed from the lineup late. Anyway guys, that'll do it from me. Hope you had a good round. Hope you have a good rest of your week, and I'll catch you a bit later for the best picks. I'll see you then.